This is day 203 of startup. So today I had my second demo with a US prospect. So we built a cold calling software for where we can pre-record the scripts and play them during live calls. And this guy, which whom I had meeting, is a veteran of cold calling. He has been doing it since many years, and he's a freelancer. He works with many companies, manage their campaigns as a freelancer. So because yesterday also I had a meeting with a veteran, and it seemed like my product he was not very happy with, because he had already gone past the phase where people really struggle with cold calls. So this meeting again was with a veteran, and we had fixed this meeting much before, so there was no point in canceling the meeting. So I thought, like, maybe, so I was just planning before the meeting what would I say, because this seems like more, our software seems more for the initial beginner users. So I thought maybe what I'll just take his feedback, that when he was starting out, like, how did it feel, and for people who are starting out now, does he think that this product can be useful for them? So I had this kind of pitch in my mind, but then I thought maybe I should at least try to sell this person, at least try to think what can be the benefit for this person at this stage of his cold calling career. And I thought and thought, and then I found, yeah, okay, for beginners, the anxiety of cold calling, the anxiety and the inhibition, it's called call reluctance, is the biggest problem, the biggest pain point. But for a advanced cold caller, the problem actually shifts to maintaining the energy levels. So most cold callers say they feel really drained out after just a few hours of calling. So I thought that could be the benefit for him. So yeah, I was planned. So this guy came in the meeting right on time, and we just exchanged the pleasantries, but he did not seem very open, like he was just giving answers in one or two words. So I thought this will be a tough talk to give. But as soon as I talked about that we are building, so again this time also I planned that, because he's a very experienced guy, and last time I presented myself as a rookie in cold calling who doesn't know much about it. So I found myself in the corner where I could not really argue with the person in the meeting, with the prospect to whom I was giving demo, at the same level. So I felt like inferior to him, and I did not feel like cutting him at any place and giving him any kind of knowledge. But this time I presented myself as a person who has himself done many years of calling, and based on my experience I have found some pain points which I'm trying to solve this product. So I think that was a good way to start. And then, so this person was a little cold to begin with, like he wasn't really responding in long answers, just giving one or two words and not smiling. But as soon as I talked about, like, cold calling looks very simple but it's very draining, I saw a smile come on his face, and he completely agreed, and I saw him lean in as I was talking now. So it got really his attention. So we talked about, like, the idea, and then showed him the demo. And then he said, like, it's really interesting, like, never seen anything like this, it's a very unique idea. And then he said, like, he can imagine that it can help him in a lot of campaigns. In a lot of campaigns he has to just say the same things again and again. And he told the exact same thing, that you told about, like, cold calling is draining and the clients do not understand a lot of the times. So when he gets the project, some clients want him to call 5 hours a day, but he tells them that, oh, it's not possible to call 5 hours, I just get too tired in 1 or 2 hours. So I think that hit right on the bull's eye for this prospect, that particular pain point. So that worked out well. So then I asked, like, okay, for you, we can actually help you get started for free, we don't want any money from you, but if you had to pay, like, what would be the right price for this software? So he said, okay, let me think, like, well, I do not really know how well it will work out. So, but based on, just as a thought experiment, based on the presentation today, I can say it can be worth $12 a month. So as soon as I heard that, my heart sank, because I'm targeting my price point to be about $100 a month. That's what I think needs to be for the startup to be sustainable. But then, okay, fine, we can still work further along, add more features to really make it worthwhile. But then he continued. He said that, really, I don't really know how useful it will be. But maybe if I find it very useful, like I find it like it depends a lot on like if I can make more calls using it or if they are converting more, then actually it can be worth much more. So maybe it can be double that amount. So yeah, that shows me some ray of hope that maybe when she starts using, and even we do not know how much of ROI will come out of using this software, but yeah, if people start using and they see the ROI, then maybe it can be much more valuable. Well, that's a hope, but let's see how it goes. Oh, one more thing. After the meeting, when it was finally time to close, he was actually very, very thankful. Like we talked about, like we can get you started with the free trial, and it will be free for you forever. And he was very interested in it, and he thanked us many times. Thanks for the meeting. Thanks for everything. So I think it's really interesting. Like maybe he really sees some value there, and he has been also responsive after the meeting on LinkedIn, and he has shared his technical details of the technical setup for his cold calling, like his operating system, which software he uses to make calls. So let's see how this goes.